what's going on today in the news. And since we're on the topic of the internet, let's talk about what Rumble did yesterday. And this is a fantastic story, and this is confirmed. I'm going to put a screenshot right now on the video on the screen, and this is a statement that Rumble issued to its users in France. So if you're trying to access Rumble in France and you're not using a VPN, you're going to probably see this notice. And it says, "Notice to users in France. Because of the French government's demands to remove creators from our platform, Rumble is currently unavailable in France. We are challenging these government demands and hope to restore access soon." So what happened here? The French government, they demanded that Rumble remove Russian media sites from the platform, Russian media video like RT and Sputnik and stuff like that. And Rumble, much to their credit, the CEO in Rumble said no. As a matter of fact, instead of us removing content, in this case Russian, what France is calling Russian propaganda or Kremlin propaganda, we're going to cancel France. In other words, instead of you trying to cancel our content creators, we're just going to cancel the entire country. And that's what Rumble did. Good on Rumble. The CEO came out with a statement. Let me read you what he said and what's going on here. So Rumble, founded in 2013 as a free speech alternative to YouTube, where conservatives often find themselves censored, said it would rather not operate in France than submit to the administration of French President Emmanuel Macron's demands and censor pro-Russian content from sites including RT France and Sputnik. Rumble CEO Chris Pavlovski said the company will challenge the decision in court. Quote, "The French government has demanded that Rumble block Russian news sources," Pavlovski said on Wednesday. "Like Elon Musk, I won't remove our goalposts for any foreign government. Rumble will turn off France entirely. France isn't material to us, and we will challenge the legality of this demand." Good on you, Chris Pavlovski. Good on you, Rumble. Way to go. Absolutely. I'm speechless, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Good move there. So if you're trying to access Rumble, we are on Rumble. The Duran is on Rumble. My channel's on Rumble. Alexandra's channel is on Rumble. If you're trying to access Rumble in France, you will have to do it via a VPN. And I think this is a fantastic move from Rumble. And I like how he said goalpost, moving the goalpost, because this is the Rumble CEO knowing that if he complies and removes what Macron is calling Russian propaganda today, tomorrow it's going to be something else, and then the next week it's going to be something else, right? So if you have to take a stand now, and that's what Rumble is doing. They're saying no, we're not going to do this. We don't care if it's Kremlin propaganda or Greek propaganda or UK propaganda, whatever, right? We're not going to remove this content because it's not violating our terms. And if we were to comply and remove this content today, well, then the next week you're going to ask us to censor some more, and it's a slippery slope. Where does it end? So this is a very, very smart decision from the Rumble CEO, and a very ethical decision from the Rumble CEO. He says that his platform is free speech. In this very instance, he's backing it up with his actions. And isn't it interesting how it's always the collective West, it seems, that wants to silence speech? It's the very people that claim to be all about human rights and free speech are the very people that want to censor and silence. If your narrative, if your news is factual and you're telling the truth, Macron, French mainstream media, collective West mainstream media, if you're on the right side of history, why are you so afraid to have RT or Sputnik or any other broadcasters, media channels appear on these platforms? post videos on these platforms? What are you afraid of? If you're saying the truth and you're on the right side of history, then I would imagine that you would want RT to post videos on Rumble, and you would want people to watch those RT videos, because sooner or later, people are going to realize that what RT is reporting is fake. I realized with the Atlantic article that I was talking about in my clown world, after further reflection and a little bit of research, I came to the conclusion that, you know what, Alex? That Atlantic article may have been some sort of Photoshop or some sort of parody or fake. And I bought into it for 24 hours. But then I realized, you know what? It's probably, there's something suspicious about it. So I'm glad that stuff like that is out there, and that, you know, people can decide to research stuff and to find out if this is true or not true. And I would imagine if you're speaking the truth, if you're the European Union, and if you're Macron and you're speaking the truth with regards to Russia and this conflict in Ukraine, what does it bother you if RT is broadcasting? Let them broadcast their propaganda. I imagine the French population, the French public, is smart enough to realize that it's just that, propaganda, and they're going to come to the conclusion that Macron is correct and RT and Russia is wrong, right? If you're speaking the truth. But obviously, you're worried, you're afraid that maybe the French public is going to realize that what RT is reporting is maybe it's not so much propaganda. Maybe they're not lying. Maybe they are reporting a different narrative that makes sense. That's what Macron is afraid of, and that's why his government has taken the route of censorship. The EU did this from day one of the conflict, the special military operation. What's the first thing the European Union did? Right when the conflict started, February 24th. A week after the conflict started, Ursula von der Crazy, the pirate of Brussels, she got in front of the podium, onto the stage, and what did she say? She said that the European Union has decided that all flights from Russia will not be allowed into the European Union. Onto EU territory, she said, we're canceling all flights. We're closing our airspace to Russian planes on EU territory, and we're going to censor all broadcasts from Russian media, Russian state media, on EU territory. RT, Sputnik, TASS, whatever. Those are the first two things she did. Why did she do that?